Hey guys, alright, this time I actually will try to make it a bit shorter. Wanted to talk about Luke Rockhold, right? About, 2 weeks ago, it was UFC 278. Luke Rockhold had fought Paulo Costa on the card. A lot of people thought this was just an execution for Luke Rockhold. Considering, his last 5 fights, I mean, he had been knocked out in some of the most vicious ways I've ever seen. So a lot of people expected Paulo to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to admit I was worried about it, but I don't really care much for Paulo, especially after the whole coming in at 225 pounds when he should have been at 185 for the Marvin Vettori fight. I thought that was stupid, that was unprofessional. And then blaming Dana, saying no, he made me sign a contract saying we're doing it at light heavyweight, when quite obviously they were doing it at middleweight. So I'm not a big fan of Paulo. I can respect him as a fighter, but I didn't like that, what he did for his last fight. So I was hoping Luke Rockhold would win against Paulo, and that says a lot, because I've spent a lot of my career disliking Luke Rockhold as well. I mean, I didn't like just how much of let's be honest, he's kind of a dick. But Luke Rockhold, I was rooting for him. I was rooting for him going into this fight, and they had an amazing fight. I mean, not fight of the year, but it may be up there actually. But it was a really entertaining fight. Both of them just beating the hell out of each other, and Luke had his moments too. But sadly he lost by decision. But let's be honest, every single person who watched that fight definitely did not expect Luke Rockhold to do that good. I'm sure a lot of us were probably assuming, he's going to get KO'd in the first round. Even the ones who were rooting for him. I was worried. And then at the press conference leading up to the fight, I loved, just the trash talk between the two. And then during the fight, there was a moment where Luke yelled, "Fuck you," and then clipped him. Could you imagine if that shot would have put Paulo's lights out? Could you imagine how crazy that would have been? Would have been insane. Absolutely insane. And I'm sorry if I seem a little excited about it. It's been a while since I could appreciate Luke Rockhold. And I'm glad that I can finally do it again. And I'm going to be honest. I thought Luke won that fight. Now, while Paulo may have landed the bigger shots, I thought Luke had more moments throughout the fight, and I thought he won at least 2 rounds. And, sadly he retired right after the fight, but, all respect to Luke Rockhold. I've spent so long not liking him, and I know there's at least most of the community for the MMA world doesn't really care for Luke, but I think we can all safely say Luke Rockhold earned his respect back that night. He earned his respect back that night. And there was even some moments where it looked like he was ready to give up. He was ready to look at the ref and be like, I don't want to do this no more. He could have easily done that. He could have done it in between rounds. He could have done it during the fight. And there were several moments where it just looked like he didn't want to be in there. And then, not long after those moments, though, it was like he got himself back in there. Like, it looked like he was contemplating quitting for more than a few times in that fight. And then, like a couple seconds later, he was like, you know what? Fuck him. I'm gonna beat his ass. Like, and he was able to motivate himself to stay in. And I loved it. Yeah, Luke deserves a lot of praise for that fight. Luke deserves a lot of respect for that fight. Man. You know, and he said he retired after the fight. He said he can't do it anymore. He said he's old, and that was pretty funny. I feel like that Luke Rockhold we saw in the post-fight interview was probably the realest version of Luke Rockhold we've ever seen, and everybody seemed to love it that night. I loved it. I actually was a little upset he was retiring. I didn't think I'd ever be upset at Luke Rockhold retiring, but I found myself to be upset about it. And man, Luke Rockhold earned his respect back. He definitely did. But anyway, that's about it. That's all I wanted to say, talk about. So, once again, it's Pain. I'm probably gonna change the name of the channel to something here soon. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out what I want the name of the channel to be. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. So like, subscribe, and all that.